referee Rudy Glockner taking that last look around the field. And in just a few moments, we're going to have the final of the 9th World Cup Championship. And we're away. Italy kicking off. Italy kicking off and immediately sending 3 men forward. Boninsegna, Riva, and Mazzola. Brazilians will soon, very, very soon, adopt that familiar 4-man forward line that we've seen so much of. And here is one of their stars immediately. Jairzinho, number 7, taking on Facchetti. Here's Gérson. To his left, Clodoaldo, one of the real discoveries of this competition. Pelé goes down for the first time. The tackle by Sisti. But the referee takes no notice. There goes Pelé. Straight into touch. Crowd still filing into their seats, in actual fact. There's still some late comers getting in. It's been difficult for them to get here this morning. They closed the roads leading to the stadium around about 11 o'clock. Here's Pelé. Tostão, Pelé going hard for the return. Sisti covering it all the way. Albertosi, the goalkeeper. Burgnich picking up Domenghini. Chased right across the park by Tostão. Here's the Sisti, the 16. Burgnich is very fine right back. Mazzola for Italy. Moving around nicely. There's Riva on the left foot. By golly, what a shot! What a shot that was from... What a shot that was from Riva, Luigi Riva. Félix delivered his shot immediately to show what he can do. Quickly, Bobby, what a shot that was.
A tremendous opening by Italy. A very, very good shot by Riva. And Félix showed good anticipation. He's just touching the shot over the bar.
So now Brazil coming away again. Carlos Alberto, the best of the backmen in this Brazil line. Gérson, number 8. Loose one, but it's found Pelé all the way back for Clodoaldo. Here's Carlos Alberto. Far post ball, no problem at all. In fact, it's gone for a throw-in. I think Burgnich rather expected a throw-in there. Goal kick, rather. But the end effect is just the same. Albertosi hitting a very long ball. It's Everaldo picking up Rivelino. Rivelino playing an almost orthodox left-wing game at the moment. Coming back deep, though, and looking for it. Piazza Wilson, his captain, number 4, Carlos Alberto, open on this side. Through ball for Pelé, and Pelé's leg whipped away by number 10, Bertini. 2 number 10s together. Bertini for Italy, who has been given the job of handling El Rey Pelé, number 10. The first free kick situation then to test the Italians. A fair way out, but you can never be sure with the Brazilians in free kick situations. Pelé is over the ball, although number 11, Rivelino, is over here as well. Rivelino with a shot, bends it. The sort of way he bent the ball to score his first goal of the competition. Everaldo. Clodoaldo, number 5. Picking up Gérson. The Italians funneling away from these men. Brazilians already beginning to earn a fair amount of dominance in the midfield area. Carlos Alberto. There goes Tostão in. And it was Rosato, number 8, getting the ball away from the foot of Tostão. Tostão, the man they call the White Pelé. Carlos Alberto, the corner quickly taken. Mazzola for Italy. Mazzola having been forced deep into defense. Here's Everaldo, number 16. Not a bad shot. And that's over the line for a corner. Well, the linesman this side has driven it positively. Pelé pointing to him. But the referee, Rudi Glockner of East Germany, taking no notice. Domenghini, a pretty loose one. And there goes Jairzinho. Jairzinho smeared down by Facchetti. Pelé in. The foul has been given. Roar of the crowd, drowning referee Glockner's whistle for a moment. 5 minutes gone. And again, a very, very dangerous free kick situation. Pelé is there, placing the ball. Number 11 is the fellow with the left foot, Rivelino. Number 8 is Gérson, now directing operations. Identifiable, a slightly balding top to his head. Now there are 3 Brazilians in the line. Tostão's in there. So is Jairzinho. As Pelé shapes up, Rivelino. Way up into the top deck of the stand. But Bobby Moore, always dangerous when Brazil have this free kick situation.
Brazil always look dangerous when Rivelino's taking free kicks, and it's always interesting to see that they always put 2 or 3 of their own forwards in the lineup, and once the free kick is about to be taken, they all burst off in different directions and hope to make a gap in the wall. So that time, not a particularly good effort by Rivelino.
So the Italians, having lived through that moment of peril, try pushing the ball forward into the Brazilian half, but it doesn't stay there very long. It's Facchetti cutting it up for Italy. Mazzola now. Mazzola, Riva. Mazzola going hard for the return ball, and Carlos Alberto laying off it. Mazzola trying one. Clodoaldo is number 5. Youngster, only in the side for a very short time. Gérson constantly looking for everything in midfield, waiting for Alberto to move to his right, but picking up Clodoaldo inside. Gérson again. Can still use Alberto. There he is. It's an awkward ball. Well, Albertosi punching that one away. Seemed to me that he could have let it go, but it produces another dead ball situation. This time a corner. Rivelino, the man with the left foot, in the box. Number 9 Tostão, number 10 Pelé, 7 Jairzinho is there. Gérson just moving into the box now. Well, an incredibly hard hit. Corner from Rivelino, and it would have needed a man on stilts at least 20 foot tall to get to that one. 8 minutes of this game gone and no score. Here's Sisti. Sisti, captain of his club, Fiorentina. Facchetti, Mazzola, 2 Inter Milan men together. And Mazzola was brought down by number 4, Alberto. The free kick for Facchetti. Boninsegna was under it, but tucked away. Jairzinho, number 7, faced by Facchetti. Jairzinho, now Mazzola coming in as well. Jairzinho still there, strong as a bull, this lad. Bundled down finally for the free kick. Carlos Alberto, the short one for Clodoaldo. Carlos Alberto again. Looking for Pelé. And the slippery turf already taking its first victim. That was Rivelino slipping. The Sisti down. Everaldo at his game quickly. Is hurt. Gérson, Boninsegna. Way across for Domenghini. And Everaldo covering very well. Domenghini picking up Sisti, and Sisti's leg whipped away by Clodoaldo. Free kick then to Italy. Domenghini over the ball. Looking forward into the box, there's Riva and Boninsegna. And away by Brito. A good little chip ball from Rivelino. Picking up Clodoaldo. Tostão down the line. Jairzinho's moved into the middle. Gérson. And is ready to start things going from the back. Alberto. Gérson. There's Tostão coming into the picture, number 9. Now Clodoaldo. Tight group of 4 men setting things up. Alberto now going in behind the Italians. Offside flag is up. Offside against Pelé.
Interesting to see that Jair is running off of his line quite a lot. And Facchetti's following him. And when he does, Carlos Alberto has come 3 times into good positions. And it's very dangerous balls across the face of the goal.
Alberto then has been certainly getting in behind them, and Boninsegna trying to get in behind Brazil now for Italy. Boninsegna will have to do a lot of lone running up the front. Clodoaldo. Brito for Gérson. Everaldo for Rivelino. Rivelino, who moving infield now, has done a fair bit of midfield playing for Brazil after Gérson was injured in that very first game. Alberto again. Was Facchetti cutting that out. Sisti. Riva trying to cut down the left side. That's broken for Boninsegna, and a good ball then for Riva. Riva, 2 on 2. Not a bad one. Again testing this goalkeeper, Félix. Luigi Riva. There was only one way to strike, and that's with the left foot.
A good break there by Riva. I thought he might have been a little bit better if he'd have aimed more for the far post instead of shoot a direct to goal where another forward was on rushing.
Brazil coming back again then. Alberto, Carlos Alberto. The low ball for Tostão. And number 5, tidying up, Cera. This is Domenghini. Domenghini playing on the right side, the middle 4 in this Italian lineup. Now as they attack, more or less looking like an orthodox right winger. Sisti picking up Riva. On a good turn. Well away from Brito. Alberto going in. Riva already showing that he can cause some trouble in this tense and what has often been described as a suspect Brazilian defense. Clodoaldo, number 5. Jairzinho brought down from behind by number 3, Facchetti. The free kick then to Brazil. Throwing Tostão all the way forward. Pelé slightly deep behind him. Now Tostão coming back. Clodoaldo. Number 5, Cera. Luigi Cera doing the sweeping up and the tidying up. Very highly skilled defender, this Cera. Tostão. Back for Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo and Gérson wanting it. Here's Sisti for Italy. Boninsegna slightly free forward. Facchetti for Mazzola. Mazzola, who made his debut against Brazil when these teams last met in 1963. Domenghini. Aiming for Boninsegna, and it's Alberto cutting it out. Again, Clodoaldo there to pick up the loose pieces. Clodoaldo for Gérson. 6 men at the back at the moment for Brazil. And 4 men forward. Rivelino. The Brazilians finding it difficult, at this moment anyway, to escape the tight marking that Italy are putting on them. Boninsegna getting with the ball in the face from Gérson. Number 20, Boninsegna, the scorer of Italy's first goal in the semi-final, and the chap who laid on the winner for Rivera. Domenghini. Long one, and that's away over the bar off Piazza Wilson for a corner. Mazzola is going out to take it. Mazzola, who can play for 45 minutes, I am pretty certain, knowing that he hasn't got to play for the next 45. Facchetti. Little chip as Riva goes in. Now Mazzola. Sisti. Foul by Pelé. Indirect free kick. And nobody's sorted out in the Italian side exactly what they're going to do with this moment. 11 is Riva, 15. Mazzola, number 3. Facchetti. Mazzola over the ball now, although he has Domenghini lurking behind. Mazzola over the ball, just to the right of the picture is Domenghini. It's an indirect free kick. Therefore, it's got to be struck twice. Mazzola. Riva. Riva very close. There was a whistle, but I think it came from the crowd.
A good free kick there, boy, actually, and a very good effort by Riva. It was very interesting to see that all the Brazilian defence set themselves up for a shot at goal and left themselves very, very weak at the far post, and Italy got in there quite easily.
Encouraging sign for Italian spectators then that the minor frailties of this Brazilian defence have already been slightly exposed. Not a criticism you can make of that man, number 4, Carlos Alberto. Number 8 is Gérson now. And again, the Italians marking up tightly at the back. Clodoaldo for Gérson. Jairzinho. Gérson again. Again for Pelé. Tostão. Running it too far. Domenghini tidies up with the pass to the goalkeeper. Burgnich. Burgnich for Domenghini. Domenghini, one of the players in the Cagliari League champion side. Everaldo keeping that in play very well for Brazil. Tostão. Everaldo has Rivelino close to him, but it's Tostão. Faced by Rosato. Facchetti tidying up. The long one out for Domenghini. Domenghini past Clodoaldo. It's 3-on-3. Boninsegna now. Trying it too close. That surely was a foul. Piazza Wilson cutting across him, but no foul given. The Italians broke well then. 3-on-3. Should have capitalized on it. Rivelino for Brazil. Everaldo coming on his left side. Forward in front of him is Tostão. In the middle, Jairzinho, number 7. Pelé, number 10. Tostão with a cross ball. Facchetti away. Facchetti following that number 7. There he is. Facchetti following the number 7. Jairzinho wherever he goes. Rivelino. Watch Pelé now. What a beautiful goal from Pelé. El Rey Pelé. 100 goals for Brazil in World Cup competitions, and Brazil take this 1-0 lead. Almost the sort of shot that he tried against Gordon Banks. Banks made the save for England when it was played down in Guadalajara, but Albertosi had no chance with that one.
A very simple goal there by Brazil, but marvellously taken by Pelé. It all just started from a simple throw in here. We can see Tostão take it. Rivelino just crushes a simple volleyball, but Pelé's up there like an eagle and a tremendous header. A wonderful goal by Brazil and a wonderful time to go into the lead. And I must say, that's the first bit of freedom that Pelé has had, but he made full use of it.
So El Rey Pelé puts Brazil in front, 1-0. And Italy immediately striking back. At 19 minutes of the first half gone. 26 minutes left to play. The sort of situation that the Brazilians carved from nothing with such telling effect so many times in the World Cup competitions in which they played. All 9 of them. Alberto firing one high into the crowd. Having a quick look to see if his boots are still there. For a moment he might have thought the boot went with the ball. Now the Italians have got to come out and really attack if they're to pull themselves back into this game. One imagines that their thoughts were to have sneaked an early goal as they did against West Germany and protect it for the rest of the game. But now behind, they've really got to come out and hammer to get back in the game. Mazzola. for Italy. Mazzola's still in there with Domenghini on the far right, who's now covered up. Chip aim for Boninsegna, Piazza Wilson away. Jérson then for Brazil. Waiting for men to run off the ball and finding again Carlos Alberto on this right side. Alberto not faced by an orthodox left flank forward by Italy, is given a lot of space to work in here. Brito for Carlos Alberto. Switching it to Gérson. Gérson, Everaldo outside on the left. Not a bad ball to him either. Gérson again. Jairzinho. Jairzinho with Pelé. Here's Pelé. Trying to tempt the tackle. Little chip trying to get past Burgnich. And Pelé finally committing the foul in some frustration. And letting the Italians off the hook. There he goes, Pelé. Skipper Facchetti all across field for Domenghini. Domenghini, who started with Inter Milan and is now with Cagliari. Here he is again. Rivelino's gone back with him. Good head away then by Brito. Riva quickly tackled from behind. Riva now with Jairzinho coming back to face him. The through ball for Mazzola. Brito got in his way. Carlos Alberto. Only one Brazilian player well forward at the moment is Tostão. Alberto waiting for more men to move up. Gérson now for Brazil. Alberto in for Tostão, was flagged offside. He came from an offside position. Number 8 Rosato, number 5 Cera for Italy. Brazilians backpedaling quite slowly. Oh, a very poor pass. Tostão. Pelé. Gérson. All the way back for Piazza Wilson. Picking up Everaldo. Piazza Wilson again. Nobody unmarked forward. Italians very quick to pick up the yellow shirt. With number 8 Rosato chasing after number 9 Tostão. Here's Everaldo. Piazza Wilson. Way across field for Brito. Oh, what a mistake by Brito! Riva going in and Félix having to come way off his line to kick that away. Félix waving angrily at his man. Brito not the safest of defenders in the middle of that Brazilian defense. Here's Rivelino. Everaldo moving outside him and the slipperiness of the turf again robbing Rivelino as he ran. Number 13 for Italy, Domenghini, will be robbed by Jairzinho. Well, it looked like obstruction. The Italians certainly thought it was. Again, I think the referee, Rudy Glockner, allowing for the slipperiness of the turf. The rain that we had earlier has stopped completely, but there's still no sign of any sun, although it's very humid with low cloud hanging over this massive Azteca stadium. Number 16 to Sisti. Again, only 2 men forward, Boninsegna and Riva. Rosato through, Brito getting the head away. Cut out by Mazzola. Boninsegna is to his left, Sisti to his right, and Riva is forward. Oh, and it's a good job that Piazza Wilson, number 3, didn't get a touch to that. Riva lurking very close to him, Félix gesticulating. But I don't think Félix would have got to that ball anyway. Gérson. Everaldo again moving on that left side. With no orthodox wingers to face, the 2 fullbacks can really chase, or the 2 Brazilian fullbacks can chase a long way forward with great confidence. Rivelino getting the tackle from behind by number 10, Bertini. Rivelino, swarthy man, the black moustache. Doesn't look as though he's going to try the left foot from the left side of the box. more a right-footed player's shot to curl round the left side of the defensive wall that will be put up. Pelé is there. Rivelino is also there. Rivelino lined up to hit it direct with the left foot, although Pelé is lined up as though he's coming in. It is Pelé. Rivelino right in behind them. That was a fairly well-worked free kick, Bobby.
A very well-taken free kick there by Brazil. Everybody was expecting Pelé to curl the ball to the far post, and he just knocked it wide of the wall for Rivelino, and it looked very much as though someone in the Italian wall might have got a deflection with their head.
Now a free kick to the Italians. There's the scoreline. Pelé, the scorer. And 19 minutes of the first half of this 1970 World Cup competition left to be played. Rosato, number 8. 13, Domenghini for Italy. Rather long and hopeful shot from Domenghini. Pelé picking up Clodoaldo. Brazilians moving at their own pace constantly when they come forward in attack, not being hurried into their work. Gérson not even bothering to go for it, knew he couldn't get it. Domenghini for Italy. Oh, good ball from Riva to Mazzola. Brito in. Mazzola still there. And finally Clodoaldo. He's chased hard by Boninsegna. Number 5, Clodoaldo, and number 20, Boninsegna.
Italy look very dangerous when they build up slowly, and when they knock balls up to Riva, he's knocking balls off and playing very, very well indeed, and I hope the goal that they've just had scored against them doesn't stop them from altering their tactics, because once or twice they've started to use far post balls, and it's making it very difficult for Riva.
And there's Pelé putting on the agony, putting on the style, having been brought down by number 2, Sisti Burgnich, who is the first player in this game who gets his name into Rudy Glockner's book. Rudy Glockner immediately retiring Mario Americo and Knockout Jack, the 2 trainers, and master of the Brazilian side, to the touchline. He is quite convinced that Pelé is nowhere near as badly hurt as he looks. So the great man pulls himself back to his feet. Brazil get on with the game with a free kick. Gérson to take it, although Rivelino's retired. A full 12-yard run. Here he goes, Rivelino. Well, he could do a lot better than that, as we've seen in the earlier part of the competition. And that ball being returned from row 20, I would think, of this vast Azteca Stadium. The ball going into the ditch, we've still got a hold up.
Rivelino hasn't been particularly successful with his free kicks at the moment when he's been shooting at goal, and I wonder if it's anything to do with the wet ball.
Twice he certainly has. Looked down at his boot afterwards, and certainly it's been Rivelino that's fallen 2-3 times when in possession. Perhaps his studs are not quite the same length as the other players. Mazzola then for Italy. The long chip aimed for Riva with Piazza Wilson bundling him from behind. And I think it's Riva who's going to get the word from the referee for backing into Piazza Wilson. Rudy Glockner down there arguing with everybody, and in fact has given the free kick to Italy. Well, I wouldn't have said it took place in that position, but Rudy Glockner is there on the spot. And the entire Brazilian side is now clustered either around the ball or inside the penalty area. Félix is on his right-hand post as we look at it from here. The Brazilians building a wall of 7 players who are not yet 10 yards from the ball. Luigi Riva is down there, number 11. Number 13 is Domenghini. Number 10 is Bertini. Riva with the shot straight into the wall, straight to Peel man, and that was number 10, Bertini, throwing it wide. Carlos Alberto. Again with plenty of space to move down this right side. Back for Brito, the oldest man in that back line, 30 years old. Gérson. Number 5. The 5, Cera, as Italians move forward again, trying to pull themselves back into this game. 1-0 down still. The goal scored by Pelé. Piazza Wilson. Gérson must use Everaldo. Italians chasing the Brazilians now, trying to hurry them and settle them, knock them out of their stride. Number 16 to Sisti. Riva. Ball for Domenghini, and he turned well on it. Boninsegna with the shot then, exactly the same sort of opening that he saw and grabbed so perfectly against West Germany. That time didn't go in the net.
Italy playing quite well at the moment, containing Brazil very, very well, who looks as though they've just taken up their confidence after Pelé's goal. But I must say that Italy have created one or two very good shooting opportunities around the face of the box when they build up like they have been doing just recently.
And perhaps an encouraging sign for Italian supporters. The sun has just broken through the clouds. Mazzola going in on a half chance. And it took Brito, number 2, and number 8, Gérson, to smear him down and whack that ball away into touch for a corner. Sandro Mazzola, a fine, entertaining player. Here's the corner for Italy. Félix having to punch. The chance for Sisti to Bertini, to whack it back in again. And again, although it caused no trouble, it was noticeable then that Brito missed his header completely. Brazilians not able to judge the flighted ball in the air, as England showed in that game down at Guadalajara. Carlos Alberto. Just the tiniest bit of sun coming through over the Azteca Stadium here in Mexico City. Carlos Alberto for Gérson. Far side, Everaldo. Everaldo going to try one. Tostão getting in the way of it. Foul by Pelé on number 16 to Sisti, who looks as though he could be a little bit hurt. Got it on the shin, getting up a little bit painfully. Meantime, Clodoaldo is sending Brazil forward again. The offside flag is up as Pelé gets his head to it. Pelé. Now the linesman on this side, dead in line, having given Pelé offside. About 12 minutes of this first half still to play. And that one goal by Pelé, the only margin of difference between the two sides at the moment. Mazzola, number 15. 16 to Sisti. The bad ball from Domenghini, gifting it away to the Brazilians at then, and the Italians having to scurry back. They'd thrown a lot of men forward then. Here's Jairzinho, big sandwich, and finally Facchetti. Jairzinho still going in, now Pelé for Tostão. Tostão losing his feet as he tried to get the return. Sisti picking up Mazzola for Italy. Mazzola, Sisti running on his right side. Wasn't a very good pass, easily robbed by Everaldo. Gérson in support. Rivelino's running in the middle of the field, but it's Alberto first. Now it's Rivelino. Forward men here, Jairzinho, Pelé, and Tostão again. Rivelino, and again Rivelino having trouble with the old left foot. Tremendously powerful weapon of his. Looking to the bench and saying sorry to his coach. Cera forward for Sisti. Mazzola It's Riva getting the tackle pretty solidly from behind by Brito, and Riva holding his ankle, doesn't want the hard luck mate from Brito. Number 16 to Sisti, inquiring of the referee why he hasn't taken a sterner action. Now it's Riva. There's the left foot. Luigi Riva limping still. Luigi Riva, the golden boy of Italian football. A man who has almost set off his own one-man revolution into new styles of football in Italy by scoring goals. Something the Italians have not seen a lot of in their league football in recent years. It's Jairzinho, number 7 for Brazil. Tostão, the tackle hard from behind by Rosato. Clodoaldo picking up Gérson way on this side, Alberto. Hardly anybody unmarked forward. Pelé giving it a try, but couldn't get there. Pelé, who has been picked up by the number 2 man, Burgnich, throughout the game. A little bit weak then from number 10 to Sisti. Brazilians quite happy with this 1-0 advantage at the moment. Continually playing at their own pace, not wasting their energy unnecessarily. Gérson picking up Brito. Skipper Carlos Alberto is over this side. There he goes again. Jairzinho faced by Facchetti. Touch off Mazzola actually. Now to Pelé. Pelé in a very tight situation, and Burgnich getting it away. Everaldo way back there. Piazza Wilson picking up Brito. Clodoaldo. Boninsegna through. Boninsegna through on his own. A little chip. Riva now. Riva, Boninsegna. Boninsegna's done it. Boninsegna. 1-1. And Boninsegna, the man who scored the goal in the semi-final, capitalizing on one mistake and making it level scores at 1-1. Bobby Moore.
A well-taken goal by Italy, and I think fairly well-deserved. But here again, we see this weakness in the Brazilian defence, where Brito, their centre-back, made another silly pass, which was intercepted by the Italian forward. And from the break, they scored the goal to bring them level at 1 each.
Here it is again. Boninsegna chasing. Riva is there. Number 11, it's Boninsegna's left foot as he curls that into the empty net, and Félix still walking way back out of note where he couldn't get at the ball at all. So Boninsegna, the chap who only got here because Anastasi, their star, most highly priced front runner, had an operation just a couple of weeks before Italy set out for these World Cup finals. Boninsegna, the surprise choice, comes in to score a vital goal against West Germany in the semi-finals, and now a very vital one against Brazil here in the final. Free kick for Brazil. Rivelino with it. And Albertosi getting the one-handed punch. Riva, Everaldo for Brazil. Again a mistake by Clodoaldo. Handball given though. Boninsegna was chasing hopefully again. Well, we said earlier that the sun had come out and the Italian fans were basking in the sunshine. Now they've got every right to as their side climbs back into the game. Clodoaldo, a terrible mistake then. Was Rosato getting a half-hit clearance. But Mazzola now. Cera picking up Domenghini on the far side, and he's unmarked. And this fella's got the speed to get right inside everybody. The cross ball. He has a Wilson away. Everaldo completing it. Now Rivelino, number 11. I wonder what sort of unsettling effect that may have on the Brazilians. Certainly it's even Steven again. Carlos Alberto, number 4, captain of this Brazilian side. Far side is Gérson. Gérson still there. And finally it was Bertini, number 10, whacking it away for a corner. And now the Italians beginning to look around and pick up their men in the box as Rivelino, number 11, moves over to take the corner kick. He's faced by number 10, who's very close to him, Bertini. Rivelino demanding that Bertini be retired the full 10 yards. Pelé going up, but he got up and hung and the ball didn't reach him. Mazzola. Mazzola faced by Jairzinho, and now Pelé. A good ball out for Facchetti. Short for Boninsegna, the tackle from behind. Down the line, and Boninsegna really fell as Riva goes off. Play on as Italy have the advantage. Riva going around Brito. And a corner off Brito. And we've got two players laid out as this corner kick is to be taken. Carlos Alberto on the left and number 20, Boninsegna, on the right. Looking very much now, Bobby Moore, as though this game is going to spark into new life and new action.
Very interesting situation at the moment. Brazil still find it very difficult to break down the Italian defence, but I feel that they could capitalise on the fact that Facchetti is following Jair everywhere, and when he's coming off of his line, Carlos Alberto is getting quite a lot of space, and I think this is one way they could find a way through the Brazilian defence, through the Italian defence. But as I must say at the moment, Italy playing very, very well indeed and looking very, very dangerous. And it's making it a really tremendous game.
And another opportunity then for Italy to put extra pressure on this Brazilian backline as Mazzola lines up a corner kick. Facchetti. Mazzola. He's swinging across. Mazzola still trying to get the chip. The linesman's flag is up. Nobody could possibly be offside then, but the referee ignores it. Brazil cutting out quickly. Here's Rivelino. Rivelino, Tostão is forward with him, but they're the only two men attacking at the moment. Rivelino in. Cross for Pelé. Rivelino again. And it has to come all the way back now to Clodoaldo. Now the Brazilians have their usual trio forward. Here's Jairzinho, Pelé and Tostão inside the box. It's Pelé, Tostão, Pelé going again. Cross for Gérson. Gérson number 8, firing just wide. But again, that sixth sense, cat sense that Pelé seems to have. He had his back to Gérson, and yet he seemed to sense that he was there, rolled the ball across his path as Gérson came in from behind. Cera picking up Domenghini, right side. 2.5 minutes then to go to half-time. Pelé and Boninsegna, the scorers, in a 1-1 tied situation. Here goes Boninsegna for Italy. Chasing hard, can he get there? Well, I think if the ball had been left, it would have gone for a goal kick. Everaldo kicks it away. So Boninsegna, number 20. The throw in for Italy. For Sisti. Mazzola's in the box. Here's Domenghini. Not a bad try! Well, that wasn't a bad shot from a long range, and Félix made real hard work of it. Once again, Alberto advancing down the right side for Brazil. Picking up Pelé. Way across, Gérson. Forward, Tostão. And that little attack soon breaks down as Tostão moves across to have a word with the referee. Rivelino. Picking up Tostão. Tostão faced by Rosato. As usual, upset by Rosato. And the foul given. It's Tostão on the left. His chap whose eye operation very nearly put him out of these 1970 finals. After he played so brilliantly in the qualifying game. There's the yellow flag. A red card. Well, Rivelino is the man that the referee, Rudy Glockner, showed the red card to. I think it was a warning that if he did it again, he might get walking orders. Anyway, the situation tied it up. Free kick to Brazil, Gérson with it. Bertini, number 10, close to him. Pelé! Great appeal for penalties. But it's half-time. Half-time. Which seems to be a couple of seconds earlier than the clocks in the scoreboard here show. Well, there's some confusion as referee Rudy Glockner moves across. Now talking across to his linesman. The players are heading for the tunnel. Yes, indeed. It is half-time. Well, that was most confusing. So as they go away for new orders, new instructions, we reflect backwards on an entertaining first half. 2 good goals. That first one from Pelé, a simple situation, a magnificent header. And Italy looking to be out of the game then for quite some time until a bad mistake, letting Boninsegna in to make it 1-1. There's obviously a very great deal more left in this game. A great deal more left in it. And it's going to get more exciting in the second half. We'll be back now in the second half. So he's left it alone. Brazilians then lining up, just to remind you of that scoreline. Pelé and Boninsegna, the 2 goal scorers, as Brazil kick off the second half, the 1970 World Cup final. Quick re-identification on colours. The Italians are playing in the white shorts and the very much darker jerseys. And it's Brazil that's now attacking the goal on the left, the goal net into which Boninsegna planted the equaliser. The 37th minute of the first half. Is Gérson for Brazil. Picking up Carlos Alberto. Pelé going in. And Facchetti away. Sisti being tackled by Pelé. Here's Mazzola. Mazzola across for Domenghini. The through ball. It's a good one too. Boninsegna. And Mazzola steaming like blazes. Just short of it though. But again, the gap opened up in the middle of that Brazilian back line. Here's Gérson. Sisti going with him. And Sisti getting the tackle in. Gérson looking quite slow as he went for the last 3 strides of his run. That was Bertini who finally put the ball into touch. Tostão with the throw-in. Rivelino. A throw-in situation. Remember, it was a throw-in that led to Brazil's first goal, or only goal at the moment. Clodoaldo going for Pelé, and hooked away there by Burgnich. Alberto right in behind them. Oh, and there was Pelé on the near post. I think he might have hit his head on the post as he went in. No, it was his wrist that hit the post. Well, that was a let-off, Bobby Moore.
Here again, we saw Carlos Alberto coming round the flanks. He got to the ball and hit a very dangerous ball across. And if Chaya can keep taking Facchetti away from the line, then I'm certain Brazil can make good use of this space.
Little nudge then from Boninsegna. A judged foul. The free kick just outside the edge of the box. Gérson, whose leg injury in one of the warm-up games before the final started threatened to keep him out of it altogether. Played that one game, the opening game of Brazil, against Czechoslovakia, then missed 2, England and Romania, but he's been back in the lineup ever since. Domenghini for Italy. The long one for Mazzola here. Everaldo. One wonders now whether, in fact, oh, what a loose ball. One wonders whether this chap Mazzola now has been given instructions to burn himself up for 20 minutes or so, and then send for Rivera. Certainly he's been playing further forward in this half. Vitinho, Mazzola going in hard with Everaldo. Piazza Wilson for Brazil. Brazilians have got 6 men deep in defense at the moment. Everaldo, the line ball for Tostão. Oh, and surely it's got to be foul. Rosato getting up from the floor there. Number 8. Rosato from the AC Milan club. Chap they call Babyface, but he's a pretty hard man when it goes in for the tackle. Cera for Domenghini. Mazzola and Gérson for Brazil, picking up Rivelino. 3 men forward, Pelé, Jairzinho in the middle, and Tostão's out on this left side. Jairzinho from behind by number 10 is Jairzinho, this powerful striking man who's scored in every round of the World Cup competition here in Mexico. Number 11, Rivelino for Gérson, number 8. Through ball, Pelé trying to get to it, claiming he was impeded and held back and very, very angry about things. Didn't you see what he did to me, boss, he says. Well, if referee Rudy Glockner saw anything, he didn't think it was unfair. Sisti, number 16. Picking up Bertini. Throw in right on the halfway line where the big boom microphone, bazooka microphone, picks up the sound of the ball out on the field. That's the time that's elapsed in the second half. Mazzola. Picking up Riva. Riva having a right old chase then. With Clodoaldo. Pelé. Jairzinho. Faced by Facchetti. Jairzinho still going. Now Sisti coming over. And finally Facchetti away in the touch. What a hard, strong, big fella this Jairzinho is. Jairzinho tumbled down by Pelé, tumbled down by Facchetti. Burgnich. Got him right in a moment. Gérson then. Over the ball. Sisti is being waved away. Rivelino has wound himself up on a sort of fast bowler's run up about 12 or 15 yards back. Here goes Rivelino now. And he really got hold of that one. Really got hold of it and bent it a whole lot. But the first time we've seen him really catch it right, Bobby. It's the first real good shot that Rivelino has hit. And I must probably feels much, much better for it now. We'll probably see him trying to hit the target much more often. Here goes Gérson then for Brazil. The 1-2 off with Tostão. Pelé going in. Great appeal for a penalty, and he's given an indirect free kick. The upraised arm of referee Rudy Glockner. But a yard inside the box. The entire Italian team now clustering around him. I don't think they're going to sway this East German. Came to this competition with just 6 internationals behind him. Can't really understand that decision at all. If he's given a free kick inside the penalty box now, it's got to be a penalty because it can be for nothing else other than dangerous kicking. And I can't honestly understand how this situation can arise where someone's going to head the ball and someone's going to attempt to kick it, and we see a free kick, indirect free kick, just inside the box. Ridiculous decision. Well, it's been done. So, the entire Italian team is now facing the ball inside their own penalty area. Number 10 over it at the moment is Pelé. Rivelino is there. Gérson is there. Rivelino is number 11. There's the shot. The goalkeeper is going to see of it. Albertosi. Pelé. Pelé to touch Gérson. Straight into the wall. And there was a certain amount of frustration about that free kick as Facchetti cuts out. Facchetti, one of the most entertaining attacking fullbacks in the business. Boninsegna. Mazzola running to his right. And a good bit of running here by Domenghini. And it was deflected off Everaldo and very nearly in on the near post. Good bit of running by Domenghini, though. A fabulous break by SV. Caught the Brazilian defence in very, very
small numbers, and I must say a wonderful break on the outside by Domenghini. It's quite a good shot which was deflected, nearly went into the net.
The man who took the shot, Domenghini, number 13 with the corner, the hard low one. And it's... Well, that was Rosato finally getting his head to it. Having come from a long way back. But the pressure now eases off on that goal net and this goalkeeper. Félix, 32 years old. With 6 goals put past him in 5 games, and including today, that's 7 in 6 games. Clodoaldo, number 5, his skipper, Carlos Alberto, again on that right side. Not whether Alberto has had this much freedom in any game that he's played in the competition so far. Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo looking for Pelé. Tostão, Pelé going in, and it was Burgnich away. There's Gérson in. Gérson now! Tostão trying to lay one off for Pelé. Would have done better if he'd turned on it himself. Brito feeding Carlos Alberto again for Brazil. Brazil beginning to exploit their skills. Boninsegna coming way, way deep to pick this ball up for Italy. Domenghini. And again running outside to Sisti. Bertini, I beg your pardon. Riva climbing up with Brito, number 2. So it's Jairzinho now for Brazil. Sun still trying to force its way through the clouds. It's a lot brighter than it was an hour ago. Jairzinho picking up Gérson. Everaldo starting to move on the left side. Everaldo, as Brazil now try to pick up the front runners, Tostão and Pelé. Rivelino. Clodoaldo as Carlos Alberto moves on the right side. Tostão for Rivelino. Rivelino trying the left foot. Again, the Italians forcing Rivelino away from the path that he wanted to go to.
Interesting to see the two contrasting styles in build-up. We see Italy breaking very, very quick from defence and looking dangerous, and then we see Brazil slow, meticulous build-up, but at the same time still getting the same results.
Well, it's a chance now for Italy to see if they can explode again quickly. Mazzola for the Sisti. Mazzola going well for this return ball. Mazzola having to take the shot hurriedly. He was being hurried into his work by Piazza Wilson. There's Mazzola now. Certainly doing a lot more positive front running in the early stages of this second half. 33 minutes of this half left to play. And the deadlock to be broken still by one of these teams. Tostão coming away from Rosato. Picking up Rivelino. Rivelino going hard and fast, and oh, indeed, he was certainly jumped from behind. Number 10, Mario Bertini. Referee Rudy Glockner right on the spot. But you didn't need to be very close to have seen that one. That one could have been picked up by any spectator in the top tier of this Azteca Stadium, 150 feet above the pitch level. Rivelino, the man who has been tumbled down. And wonders now whether the blow to his ankle will have recovered quickly enough for him to try the left foot on this free kick. Pelé is number 10 over the ball. You can see the marks in the turf behind that ball where the tackle went in. Pelé is there, and so is Rivelino, just to his right. Pelé, well, he bent that one, but bending it merely meant missing the net and winding up high in the crowd. At least they give the ball back in this Azteca Stadium. And in Guadalajara, they're not quite so keen to give the ball back to the players. 16 to Sisti. Only 5'6" of him, but he gets through a tremendous amount of graft. Captain of his own club, Fiorentina. Clodoaldo. Pelé. Gérson, the tackle coming from Mazzola. And the tackle was fouled. Free kick quickly taken. Here's Jairzinho. Again faced by his shadow, Facchetti. Tostão laying it off. And Facchetti using his arms to grab Jairzinho as he went on that 1-2 off Tostão. Free kick situation again. And again the Italians waving their players back. We shall have another situation with 10 men between the ball and goalkeeper Albertosi. 5 men in the wall at the moment. Domenghini makes it 6. And 4 men on the loose right side of the wall as you look at it now. Pelé, number 10, Rivelino, number 11, and Gérson, number 8, are all clustered around. Going to take some part in this Brazilian free kick. And it's Rivelino, right foot, hit the bar! Goal kick. Well, that was a surprise, Bobby Moore. Rivelino showed us the right foot for a change.
The first time I've seen his right foot in action in the tournament, I think, but very, very effective, and the one who doesn't use it more often. A very good free kick there, a good shot at goal, and just a little bit unfortunate not to be another goal.
So Domenghini as Mazzola comes forward again. The Italians still searching to break this deadlock. Still 1-1. Piazza Wilson picking up Rivelino. Rivelino is struck way down around his ankles. There's a lot of criticism by players of the turf and length of grass here in the Azteca Stadium. Here's Carlos Alberto. Tostão in, Pelé chasing, but that's the goalkeeper's ball. Brito just shepherding the ball into touch. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo, who looks a little tired in this second half. There's Alberto again going deep inside this defense. Pelé barged off the ball by Burgnich. Burgnich. And again a free kick right outside the box. Burgnich, a very strong player, 31 years old. This is his 37th international today. Plays for Inter Milan like the Italian skipper Facchetti. Both of them know each other's style. They play in the two same positions for their club as their country. And he's a pretty hard customer, is Burgnich. Gérson over the ball. Pelé slightly to his right, and the man nearest us, number 5, Clodoaldo. But it looks as though Rivelino is lining himself up again to go with the left foot. Here it is. And Rivelino running straight into Riva, number 11, claiming he was fouled after the ball had gone. And in fact, the referee has given a foul. Well, to me, that looks as though Rivelino just ran straight into Riva, having completed his free kick. The referee, Rudy Glockner, deep in that bundle of angry, gesticulating players. We now have everybody down there, except the two goalkeepers. Félix is alone in his half of the field. Albertosi's on his line, and the other 22 players are practically all in your picture at this moment. At last, Brito has retired from the scene to take up position on the halfway line, but we've now got 9 Brazilians down there, 11 Italians. Here's the free kick. Rivelino straight into the wall. Gérson trying it. Everaldo now, number 16. Taken down by Bertini. Bertini breaking out, brought down. The free kick's been given. And the game at this moment looking like something on a park pitch on a Sunday morning with everybody chasing around after the ball. Looking very much as though it needs a strong man, a player, mark you, not a referee, a strong man to go down there and sort these blokes out and get them playing skilled, cultured, entertaining football again. So, free kick to Italy. Sisti. Through ball for Mazzola. Facchetti, the man who scored more goals in Italian football than most forwards. Boninsegna aiming for Riva, and he didn't do badly with it. Came on the near post. I think if he'd gone for the far post, he'd have got it in the net, but it's gone for a corner anyway.
Interesting to see that the Brazilians are trying all the tricks they know. They're falling at every opportunity. They're trying to take goal kicks when it's cornered. I wonder if this is signs of frustration. But Italy at the moment looks doing very, very well to contain the Brazilian pressure.
Boninsegna, number 13. Mazzola. Oh, what a feeble punch by this goalkeeper, Félix. What an incredible man to have behind you if you're a defender of this brilliant Brazilian side. Not exactly the way to influence defenders, making friends and influencing defenders. Here's Gérson looking for Alberto on the right side. Once again, the number 4 man coming into the picture. Number 5 is Clodoaldo. Way back to Gérson, who started the movement. Brazilians build up again, very slow. Clodoaldo, Alberto is saying he doesn't want it this time. Now he does. Chip and Tostão going in, getting just ahead to it, but not able to direct it where he wanted to. Tostão, who is going to Houston, Texas, after this competition is over, to have the eye operation inspected, possibly another one.
A good opportunity there for Tostão from another good cross by Alberto, but I don't think Tostão jumped with much conviction. They expected to get the ball, but otherwise a very, very good opportunity. If he'd have really gone for it, it could have been a very dangerous situation.
Again, the foul given against Italy. Gérson taking it, picking up Carlos Alberto. Clodoaldo is going over to join him. But Gérson is free in the middle. That's a good ball to set the left side going now. Everaldo. Jairzinho. Jairzinho faced by Facchetti. Here goes Gérson. It's a good shot! What a beautiful goal by Gérson! Gérson really cracking that ball on the turn, scoring the second goal for Brazil, his first goal of the World Cup finals here in Mexico. And the Brazilians going wild about it. Bobby Moore.
A brilliantly taken goal by Gérson. It's been interesting to note that just recently he's been coming forward much more often. And here we can see it in slow motion. Joyas goes to take Facchetti on, and Facchetti does very well. He makes a tackle, and Italy probably consider themselves a little bit unfortunate that Brazil got the break. The ball goes to Gérson. There we can see his shot go right across the face of the keeper into the far net. So Brazil back in the lead, 2-1.
So there's the scoreline. Pelé getting the first, and now Gérson getting the second. A really great and tremendous goal, and giving Italy everything to do all over again now. There's the foul against number 13, Boninsegna, brought Domenghini brought down by 16, Everaldo, and Domenghini with the free kick himself. Well, it was an ambitious try, trying to strike the hard one, low for the near post, catching Félix unawares. I just always worth trying with this goalkeeper. All sorts of things catch him unawares. And now the Mexican fans chanting it out. Brazil, Brazil, Brazil. Brazil looking at this moment now as though they may very well be going on to capitalize on the win in Sweden in 1958, the win in Chile, 1962. A win today will give them the Jules Rimet Trophy forever. Here's Gérson now, the man who suddenly made this game all alive for the Brazilian fans. Oh, and number 13, Domenghini, pushing. The traders dashing on. Looks like Pelé down there in the middle of it, who threw himself backwards when Domenghini just casually pushed him away with both hands. The Brazilians now demanding that Domenghini, number 13, be sent off. Rudy Glockner refusing to allow anybody onto the field. As Pelé very quickly gets back to his feet again. Exactly what Bobby Moore was saying just now. The Brazilians acting and looking for every advantage they can capitalize on. Carlos Alberto for Gérson. Gérson again with the long one. Well, that goal may have gone to Gérson's head a bit. Fellow who started his big international career in the 1960 Olympics. The Italians now with 20 minutes left, 21 minutes left of this game. If they want to stay in with a chance of picking up the Jules Rimet trophy for themselves. Bertini picking up Domenghini. Robbed by Pelé. And Pelé flying through the air. Number 13, Domenghini. Again the guilty party, but again Pelé doing almost the dive of death. Bertini kicking the ball straight into Rivelino. He'll have a word from the referee.
It's a pity we have to see such silly incidents in a game like the World Cup final. I think the referee's in danger of losing control of the match at the moment. It's a pity he can't get a grip of things, and let's get things sorted out and let's start playing again, because it's silly to have such incidents happening in such a showpiece as this.
Certainly the Brazilians trying it on with the referee as much as they possibly can. Again a free kick, then Gérson aiming into the box for Pelé, and he's in behind everybody. A chance now for Jairzinho, and he's walked it into the net. Jairzinho keeps his goal-a-game record going. It's 3-1 Brazil, and you have never seen a happier fella than Jairzinho. There's 19 and a half minutes of this game left as Brazil take what looks to me a pretty substantial lead now.
I think that's a goal that's going to clinch it for Brazil. We can see this one come from the free kick that we were just talking about a little while ago on the halfway line. A long ball by Gérson to the far post. Félix finds a bit of freedom, and there's a lovely little headed cushion pass across the face of the goal where Jairzinho runs it into the net. Albertosi, the Italian goalkeeper, went more for the shot, and it just trickled into the net to put Brazil 3-1 into the lead.
And there he is, Jairzinho, as we go back into the game again live. Jairzinho keeping his goal-a-game record going. This then his sixth game in the competition, scored in every single one of them. And Brazil now, having excited this crowd, a crowd of basically Mexican football supporters who have been committed to the Brazilian cause even before the competition started here in Mexico, now picking it up. Brazil. Rivelino then for Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo trying one. Rivelino going again, jumping over the one tackle. Gérson on the left foot. And now Brazil beginning to explode and exploit and entertain. Mazzola going, pushing his own man Riva out of the way. Mazzola, Riva. Good saving tackle then by Brito, number 2. Number 5, Clodoaldo. Chapper was looking a bit tired a little earlier on, but I should think those 2 goals have livened him up. Carlos Alberto, number 4. The line ball to Jairzinho. Jairzinho facing Facchetti. Taking him on. Tostão, and finally Jairzinho floored from behind by Facchetti. No foul given, though. Sisti, number 16. Facing Pelé. Picking up Rosato. Bertini still there with it. Bertini trying it all the way on his own. Piazza Wilson tidying up for Brazil. No real danger. Ball out for Rivelino. Rivelino. Clodoaldo is close to him. Gérson has now opened himself up in midfield again. Brazilians again quite happy to walk and slow the game down. Pelé. Clodoaldo. Rivelino. Rivelino running straight into Sisti. And it looks very much as though could be Boninsegna. No, it's not Boninsegna. Stretched out on the halfway line. He went down in agony while the game was still going on. It was Bertini, number 10. Mario Bertini. And immediately we've got a substitution. Number 18 is on. Giuliano. There he is, reporting to referee Glockner. Giuliano, Antonio Giuliano from the Naples club, who's basically a forward, replacing Bertini, Mario Bertini, a midfield player. Indirect free kick has been given to the Brazilians. So it's number 8 over the ball, Gérson. Looking behind is number 10. Here's Pelé. Oh, and Pelé really not showing the fine accuracy that we know he can do. Pelé, the scorer of over 1,000 goals in football, playing in his 4th World Cup and heading now for what looks like being his 2nd gold medal. Number 5, Cera. Cera again. Cera for the substitute, Giuliano. Cera for Rosato. Picking up Domenghini. Mazzola. Mazzola. Well, with the skills to do it, here's Riva. Riva trying to turn to get it on the left foot. In fact, had number 18, Giuliano, running outside him and could have stroked the ball into his path if he played it directly. There goes Riva in with Everaldo. Rivelino for Everaldo. Rivelino having to run a long way for this one. But these players quite happy to run and chase for the ball, regardless of the altitude or the humidity here. You can't say that it's really hot, but it's very, very humid. Rivelino. Everaldo. Thirteen and a half minutes of the game left. Brazil with a very comforting 3-1 lead. Exactly the same score they scored against Czechoslovakia in 1962 when they last won the World Cup. And I should think they'll be pretty happy to finish that game with the same score. It's challenged by Cera. Jairzinho. Through ball for Tostão, who's looking for the layoff ball again to Jairzinho. Dragging Facchetti to the wing. Cera, number 5, is in support over there. Nobody close to Jairzinho for this throw-in. Now Pelé's coming to him. Back to Carlos Alberto. Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo. Now Gérson just yards short of him, and he gets it again. Rivelino outside on the left. Again, Rivelino triggering off the left hammer boot of his, and not getting on target with it. A good opportunity for Rivelino, and they did make a very good attempt at goal. Well, it'd be interesting to see Brazil's tactics in the last 10 minutes or so, whether they still decide to go for goals or whether they try and lock up the game. Boninsegna going in hard and fast, and it was Brito, number 2, whacking the ball away and now squaring up to number 20, Boninsegna. He was saying that he got something on the head. Sisti then. For Italy. Boninsegna. Boninsegna trying the left foot on the turn. Félix has come well off his line that time. Onto the 6-yard line. There's the scoreline. The scoreline dramatically changed by Gérson and Jairzinho. It's Gérson himself, the man who put the Brazilians' noses in front. Clodoaldo. Brazilians again looking for another goal yet. Jairzinho, the man who might get it. Pelé, Tostão, here goes Pelé! What a fantastic save. The linesman's flag was up for offside. But it was a great save by Albertosi just the same. Domenghini, number 30. Tostão deep to cut it out. Gérson now, picking up Clodoaldo. Jairzinho for Carlos Alberto. The Italians looking, I'm afraid, a beaten side at the moment. The Brazilians beginning to bewitch them with their ball trickery. There goes Jairzinho. Tostão trying to lay it back for Pelé. And Burgnich, what a great game this Burgnich has been having, got the tackle in. Piazza Wilson with Rivelino open. Rivelino at walking pace now. Tostão fouling Rosato. And here we have number 18, Giuliano, substitute. Mazzola calling for it. And he could try one here. Now looking inside for Riva, number 18, Giuliano. Riva challenging. If he can turn. Boninsegna. Boninsegna dragging Carlos Alberto away at all. A very, very wild piece of football then by Boninsegna. The Italians put on a fair bit of pressure on that Brazilian back line and had them at panic station and should have capitalized a little better than that on it. So the Brazilians ease the pressure off. As the Brazilians come forward again, the thought going through our minds, Bobby Moore, is what in fact can the Italians do to get right back into this game now?
Well, I think they've got to score very, very quickly because at the moment one or two of their chins have sunk a little bit and they're finding things very difficult. But I think they've got to keep composed because at least they're creating one or two opportunities when they are playing their own football and not just throwing everything in haphazardly.
Well, the Brazil's going up again. Rivelino. Now Carlos Alberto. Brazilians just not letting the Italians get set for anything at the moment. Everaldo as Gérson moves down the left side. What a beautiful ball to him too. Gérson with Tostão offside, surely. Well, he looked to be in behind them. There was no flag, but it didn't produce a goal anyway. Facchetti, who's done no attacking in this game really to talk about. So he is an exciting, attractive attacking fullback. He's had far too much to do at the back to get forward. Mazzola. Through ball aimed for Riva, but that's the goalkeeper's ball. He came slowly. Piazza Wilson. Number 11, Rivelino. Clodoaldo. Carlos Alberto. Tostão is there. Now Pelé. Nobody to Pelé's left. It's all right side. And there goes Pelé for the return ball. Well cut out. Domenghini. Taken over by Mazzola. Riva. Boninsegna. Riva moving forward. Oh, and a weak one then. Straight into the stomach of Clodoaldo. Clodoaldo now, only one Brazilian forward with him is Pelé. So he slows things down to wait for others to join in. Pelé over to him. Jairzinho going through the middle, and on this far side, Everaldo breaking. Everaldo going all the way on his own. Took it just that yard too far, and in fact got the boot into Albertosi's players. Time ticking away from this clock. Time ticking away, about 6.5 minutes left now for the Italians. Although I doubt very much whether the presentation will be made in 6.5 minutes. We understand it here, there'll be quite a fulsome ceremony to go through before the actual presentations of the trophies are made. Flags of all nations and that sort of thing. Now we have another substitution for the Italians during that hold-up. Rivera is on. Rivera is on and Boninsegna is off. So the golden boy of Italian football, European Footballer of the Year, Gianni Rivera is on the park. With about 6 minutes to set this game alight for the Italians. Rosato running well, but that's Felix's ball. Gérson, as Brazil set off another springboard attack from 6 men deep in defense. 4 defenders across the park. Gérson losing it. Now, number 11 is Riva, the bloke who could do the damage with the foot. Here's Rivera. Mazzola just unable to get to it. Gérson just away anywhere. It's over 5 minutes left as the Italians attack a 3-1 deficit at the moment. 15, Mazzola. Mazzola taking on Carlos Alberto. And now Domenghini. Well, again, the Italians causing the Brazilians to argue amongst themselves in defense. Incredible to think that the team that relies so heavily on its forwards should have a suspect back line, but it is a suspect back line that looks as though it's going to win the World Cup for Brazil, or hang on to the lead, rather, that the talented forwards have secured for them. Gérson then picking up Everaldo. The line ball, aim for Rivelino. Well, it's late in the game now, but is it long enough for Rivera to change the course for Italy?
I very much doubt it. They look very, very tight at the moment, Italy. They had a very hard game in the semi-finals against West Germany where they had to play extra time, and possibly having some effect on them now. And when Brazil get into a situation like this, they're very, very difficult to beat.
Yes, it would be cruel to say it, but giving away a 2-goal advantage can only happen once in the 1970 World Cup, and we know who did that. I don't think Brazil are going to do it here. Jairzinho, faced by Facchetti. Oh, it's not a bad ball for Pelé on the right side. It's Carlos Alberto. And what a great goal that was! Carlos Alberto puts this game surely well beyond the reach of almost any side now. 4-1 with 3.5 minutes of the game left. Carlos Alberto scores his first goal of the competition. That is the whole of the 1970 competition. A great bit of running, a fine ball from Pelé. Bobby Moore.
A wonderful goal there by Brazil. Good skill shown and a very, very well-deserved goal by Carlos Alberto. He's worked very, very hard this afternoon trying to exploit the space that's been created on the right wing, and at last he's got something which is deserved for it. A very, very well-taken goal. I think the game is now completely over. Brazil 4 goals to 1 in the lead with just 2 minutes left to play.
Well, there it is. Carlos Alberto making it 4-1. And with about 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this game, I suppose just one target left for Brazil to equal the 5 goals they scored against Sweden in 1958 in Stockholm when they first won the World Cup. Whoops, and Félix making hard work of that shot from Rivera, number 14 of Italy. Brazil, who scored their 100th goal of the in World Cup competitions this afternoon. Now setting, let us hope perhaps, new standards, new patterns for Football League managers to follow. Bright, entertaining forwards. And the Devils take the hindmost at the back. Brazil then with another free kick. And just 2 minutes left of the 1970 World Cup final. Way over this side is Rivelino, but it won't get there. Domenghini. Very tired Italians moving forward now. Pelé all the way back to his own goalkeeper. Pelé, whose only goal left in international football, or any class of football, I suppose, is to score that direct goal from the halfway line. Mazzola going in on this half ball as the Brazilians stroke it about now. Carlos Alberto, the captain. What a fitting climax for his 1970 World Cup performance. 18, Clodoaldo. And there goes Rivelino again. Rivelino going all the way on his own. Tumbled down. And a desperate appeal for a penalty, which Rudi Glockner waves away. Well, I suppose the team leading 4-1 doesn't really need to complain too bitterly about that. Although it didn't look very good. Number 14, Rivera. Rivera, the skilled ball artist who was playing in Olympic football and Italian league football at 16 years old. Looking up at the clock here in the stadium now, the seconds ticking away. Less than 30 seconds to go. Less than 30 seconds to go between the World Cup leaving the stadium for Brazil, for keeps. Here's Italy, moving forward again. Riva turning onto it. Now chance for Boninsegna. Sorry, Domenghini, number 13, Domenghini. Whacking that high, wide, and not very handsome into the crowd. There's no time left on the clock up here now. Brazilian fans are waving their flags. Photographers tearing down to get pictures of the final celebrations. The band ready to march on. Referee Rudi Glockner wants that ball back from the crowd. The crowd won't give it to them. Somebody in there has got a souvenir of the 1970 World Cup final. The players demanding this. Please, can we have our ball back? But it's not going to come. They're going to have to send for another one. And I should think there's about time for a goal kick to be taken and nothing much more. But still some Brazilian fan, I would suspect, up in the oh, indeed, at last he has thrown it back. There it is. The ball has come down. Félix has got hold of it. There's the time that we played in this second half. As one Brazilian fan goes chasing out onto the pitch. Now the ground has just got into complete pandemonium. Referee Rudi Glockner will have to get well on top of this now. There are hundreds of photographers down there, spectators, and there's people being chased all over the field. There are players on the park. There are spectators on the park. There are now policemen on the park. Now everybody's on the park. The game is over. Brazil have won it. Pelé is being mobbed. Deep under the whole lot of that lot is Pelé, El Gran Pelé, the fantastic man who is winning his second medal in the World Cup competition, and this, his fourth World Cup competition, a fellow who burst into the scene in 1958 as a 17-year-old, scoring 2 goals in that final. Now he's scored the vital starting goal of this game, goal number 100 for Brazil in the World Cup Championship of 1970. And deep under that lot, he's being mobbed by everybody. Players still being mobbed, and heading now for the tunnel and probably more. What about the scenes down there at the moment?
Well, really wonderful scenes, fabulous feelings for the players. I think Brazil thoroughly deserved their victory, put a lot of pressure on Italy during the second half, but I must say a most enjoyable final and a wonderful fight by Italy. They worked tremendously hard all afternoon to try and contain the Brazilian forwards, and have done a very, very good job at it. But I think it took their toll when they scored their second goal from Gérson midway through the second half. But as I say, a wonderful game, wonderful scene, and a really memorable final.
So there is that fantastic stadium, raising now, throwing firecrackers deep out into the arena, which is a beating mass of people. Flags, Brazilian supporters, firecrackers, And deep under there somewhere are the stars of the 1970 World Cup final. Deep under there somewhere is Pelé. It looks very much as though the players have been shepherded away at last towards the tunnel area, and there's going to be quite some delay before the final presentation is given. Although now players are heading towards the area underneath us. Dancing Brazilian players, their supporters, everybody down there is all for Brazil. It's something that has been happening here in Mexico City right through everything started. The Mexicans have been dying for Brazil to win the World Cup, and this whole city of Mexico City is going to go wild tonight. The Zocalo Square quite definitely is going to be an arena of fiesta time in Mexico City tonight. If they are going to present the cup, it's going to be quite some time, because none of those players are wanting to come in here at the moment. Now with me, Billy Wright, who's shared the commentaries for most of the games throughout the series. Billy, looking down on those scenes, what's going through your mind at this moment?
Well, the tremendous thrill that I have seeing the last half hour of our Brazilian played, because the Italians, for that period before, contained them, as Bobby has said. But after that, once Gérson got that wonderful goal, then there was no stopping these great Brazilians. And as you see, the cup has come to South America again, and all the players, the Brazilians especially, must be on top of the world. But I feel a little bit sorry for the Italians, who played so well through many parts of the game.
Throw down there. Somewhere in the middle of that match is Zagallo. Zagallo, the new manager of Brazil, the man who took over when Saldanha was sacked, the man who has guided the Brazilian team to their third World Cup final win. Zagallo, a man who himself played in the 1958 series at outside left with that fabulous little man, Pelé, a 17-year-old kid at the time, scoring 2 goals in the game. Now Zagallo, who also scored in that game. Zagallo has led his Brazilians with the fellow that he once played alongside, Pelé, to the final. Now at last, Brazilian players are being headed towards the dressing rooms so that the actual celebration, the actual presentation of the cup can take place. But what a game this has been, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Brazil can make good use of this space.